Whoa, check out that guy's hair. He got a haircut. He looks. Oh, wait. Is the camera on? Oh, wait. That girl, the shirt she's wearing, it makes her look like just, oh my, I can't believe she'd wear that. No, I'm just messing with you. I like to sit out here and look out the window, but a lot of times I'm just paying attention to the squirrels and the birds. This week I want to talk to you a little bit about something, though, that's related to what I was just doing. I was playing. There really wasn't anyone out there right now. But I want to talk about, well, judging one another. The Bible has something to say about that, and I think sometimes it's real easy for us to look at people and be mean to them, even in our minds, the way we look at them and think about them. And Jesus tells us, he says, you need to be careful about that. You need to treat people, well, treat them like you want to be treated. Let's look at what Jesus has to say about this. In Matthew chapter 7, verse 1, I'm going to read to you, and I want you to hear what Jesus says about it. He says, don't judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and the measure you use it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank sticking out of your eye? Can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all that time there's a plank sticking out of your eye? You hypocrite! Take the plank out of your eye, and then you'll be able to see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. You know, Jesus, he's telling us. He's saying you need to look at each other and you need to try to help each other. But be careful as you're trying to help each other that you don't get wrapped up in judging people. Now, so we use that term judging people all the time, and sometimes I think we don't understand what he's talking about here. Because what he's talking about isn't just saying, oh, this is one thing and that's another. You know what I mean? I can look at someone and goes, okay, well, she's tall and she's short. And is that judging them? Well, to a certain degree it is. But what he's talking about here is, I look at someone and I think bad things about them. I look at them, well, and I don't give them the benefit of the doubt. And I can do that for a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's just because I'm grumpy. Sometimes it's because I've had some bad experience with someone and I've taken it out on them. Or you know what I mean, though. But we can do that real easy. But what Jesus says is cut people slack. Be nice to people. Don't look at them like that. Try to help them. But don't be so, as we even say sometimes, judgmental. Because that's just mean and that's just nice. In fact, later on he says, in verse 12, he says, so then in everything, do to others as you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. Sometimes we call that the golden rule because I need to stop and treat people not the way I think they deserve to be treated, but treat them how I'd want to be treated. And if I've got to be honest with you, there's sometimes I wish people would cut me some slack and be nice to me. And so what am I supposed to do? When someone acts like, well, acts stupid or acts like an idiot, I'm supposed to cut them some slack. I'm supposed to do that because that's what I want done to me. And we can worry about, oh, we got to make things fair. And we talked about that earlier. And we can get wrapped up in that. Jesus is saying, I love you and I give to you because I like to give to you, is what he says in this text. Don't get wrapped up in that other game. Don't be mean to each other. Treat each other nicely. And so when we look at each other, my challenge for you is to really look to each other and try to cut each other slack. Instead of looking at someone and going, and thinking bad things, maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe they were left in a hurry and didn't get to comb their hair, and that's why their hair is sticking up so weird. Cut them some slack. Be nice. I know it's hard to do, but some of this stuff, Jesus says, isn't meant to be easy to do. Otherwise, he wouldn't say it. He says it because he knows that we really need it. What's really interesting about this is when I really begin to try to do this, I really understand how wonderful God is. I really understand how much he loves me. And I can feel that, and it does become easier. So, Here's what I want you to do this week. Instead, when next time you see someone that does something that you're going, oh my goodness, or makes you mad, cut them some slack. Stop yourself from saying anything. Don't say anything. Just stop and quietly pray, okay, God, help me love them like I want to be loved. And then do unto them as you would have them do. Do unto them as you want to be done to you. Treat them nice. I know what Jesus says is hard, but we need to work at this. This one especially can be tougher, especially sometimes when I look at people and see some of the ridiculous things they do. It gets hard not to judge, but we need to work on it. Hang in there, guys. Hope you have a great week. Try not to judge one another. Really try to grow in your relationship with God and be like He wants you to be. Thanks for joining me.